Hey guys, so today me, my dad, and a couple of friends of mine went go-kart racing, and I just got back, so I'm actually pretty tired. But I went ahead and filmed kind of the whole thing while I was there, so figured I might as well share it with some of y'all. The track you'll see here is called MSR Houston. It's about 30 minutes south of Houston in Angleton, Texas. So if any of you in the area, I highly recommend you check it out, especially if you like go-kart racing or if you like just racing in general. They have a big road course track there as well. And so the rest of the footage you'll be seeing in this video are mostly going to be shots from me. I had a GoPro on my helmet, and from my dad filming us going around the track. I will be commentating, so let's jump right into it. Boo! Did I scare you? Yeah, that's not me talking in the video. This is me commentating now like I said I would do. So this is the first of our 2 races we ran. I'm only going to show you the first race because it's the most exciting. There's my ugly face getting in line with my friends. Mark there in the pink and reddish shirt, and my friend Hayden there in the black shirt. My dad is behind both of them in the red and black shirt. They were also in this race. All these other people, I don't know if they're professionals or not. I don't know who they are, but they all seem pretty good. Here I am going into the lucky number 18 car. No M&Ms on this one, unfortunately, but snug fit. For those of you who don't know, I am very tall. I am 6'7", so these little carts, not the perfect fit, but good enough for me. I mean, you're going really fast. You're not going to really worry about how well you fit. So, yeah, without further ado, green flag. Gotta wait for this guy to start my car. And these first few laps, I'm basically tiptoeing around. It's been probably 2 years since I've been to this place. I've been here maybe twice before. I don't really remember how the carts feel. I don't really remember how the track goes. So I'm just basically worried about not spinning out and not getting in any of these other people's way. Because right before we went out, we watched another group go, and they all were like not professionals, but I think they were in like a class of some kind because they were really organized. They had the people instructing them and stuff, and they were all very, very good at this. So I was just basically trying not to make a fool of myself this first lap or two. Later on, I kind of would learn as I went where the best braking zones are, where the best places to run flat out are, all that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff. So at first year, I'm just getting my grips. Me and my friend Mark started basically in the very back of the field, so I got a lot of ground to make up to start passing some people. My goal isn't to finish first or anything, because obviously the people that got going first had a big head start. My goal is just to, pass as many cars as I can and not wreck horribly. Last 2 times I've been here, I've wrecked at least once each time, and once it wasn't really my fault. The other time it definitely was. So my goal is just not to damage any of my body during this event. And also, like I said, some of these clips you will see here and there, like this one, were taken by my dad. These are actually from the second race we did. My dad's actually on the racetrack with us right now, so that might get confusing. But since it fits together well, I just wanted to give you guys some other shots of the track so you can get a better idea for what it looks like. This is the front stretch. I'm just zipping on by. Woo! The top speed these cars go, I don't really know much about the specifications on these things. I don't really know much go-kart racing lingo, but I know the top speed on these is about 45 miles an hour. There's maybe 1 or 2 spots on the track you can really get that up to that speed. The track itself is a 3/4 mile, road course. It's got this turn right here as some progressive banking. You basically have to will yourself to gas it through the entire corner, and you got to try and stay to the bottom. This turn right here is the one that's always given me fits. A lot of just, a little bus stop, kind of like at Watkins Glen. Got some dirt sand traps on either side. But as you can see, I'm making some good time. Everyone else is definitely driving a little bit more conservatively than I am, and I've caught some cars. That is actually my dad in front of me right there. He ran in this first race, ran all right. I don't know if he would agree that it was his best run, but very solid day for him. And he's a clean racer. I like racing around him. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I'm like interviewing myself like it's a post-race NASCAR interview. He was in the number 1 car, so he was definitely number 1 in all of our hearts. I'm trying to, obviously through these S's, not the best place to pass, but here I'm able to get to his inside. I'm going to make a cool move and almost wipe out, as you can see. Totally spun the tires left and right. It's not the first time you will see that. Definitely will happen many more times. Luckily, my dad let me go. He knew I was just young and silly, just driving like a maniac out here. Like I said, I was trying to tiptoe it through, kind of just feather the brake and the gas the first lap or two. Obviously, 2 laps in, I think I'm Kyle Busch. This turn right here, as you're about to see, although I hit it pretty good that time, that turn would give me fits all day. It's another kind of inner loop, just like the one you're about to see. And both of those little small inner loop, bus stop, whatever you want to call them, kind of things, just would eat me alive. That's where I lost a lot of time, I'll be honest, mainly because I was just slipping and sliding. And as you can see right there, the first spin of the day goes to my buddy Hayden. He's off to in the dirt, which is really a shame because he was running some really good lap times, as we saw later. They showed us all of our lap times. He actually had some really fast laps. Clearly was trying to get the most out of his car. Just looped it right there once. That was the only wreck I saw him get in today. I think he spun later on, but he had a very he honestly impressed me for the guy who's never driven any sort of go-kart like this before. He ran some really good laps. So far I've run about 2.5, almost 3 laps, and I've not spun out yet. So far I'm chalking this up as a total victory. But now I got a lot of ground to make up before I can get to the next guy. So I'll just shut up for a minute and let y'all watch. As you saw right there, that was one of the first of many near total wrecks that I will have in that corner. Something about it, I just was having a hard time hitting my brake. I was trying to get the most out of it every time, trying to wait till the last minute to hit the brakes, and I tried not to hit the brakes too hard because I would just totally spin the back of the car around. But for some reason, I just could never quite figure out the timing. Right through here, I got pretty good at this turn. I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty good right through here. But beforehand, that other section, oh my gosh, I was just trying not to wreck every lap. So as you can see, not really any competitors inside. I passed, what, 2 or 3 cars at this point. I'm working my way through the field. There were 12 of us in this first race. I think I passed a good 5 or 6 cars in this race, so I'll chalk that up as a pretty good run, but it takes a while to find anybody else. I'm basically trying to wait for other people in front of me to spin out. But I'm just a man on an island right now, all by himself. This turn right here, coming to the start-finish line, I see I'm just fight the car right out of that corner. That's one of those where I kind of learned you could really run flat out all the way through there, go your top speed because you're kind of still getting up to speed. You're not going fast, but you're going fast enough. But in order to do so, it really required me to just really wrestle the car like I'm doing right there, and to keep it on the pavement. And that turn right there is kind of a low-quality video, but you can really see the bank. It's a very progressively banked corner. The run at the middle, or the bottom lane, is almost 100% flat, but you can still basically run full top speed through there, and you really just have to battle the car to not let it spin out completely. But as long as you're able to do that, as most people I think are able to, you can make up a lot of time through there. So that was always a good turn for me. So I've hit the last few turns pretty well, so I'm starting to close in on some more traffic. I believe that's my buddy Mark up there. This first run, I'm not gonna lie, Mark was definitely taking it very easy, being very conservative in the way he drove. Second run that we did afterwards, that I'm not really going to show a video of because it was just there was really not that much exciting stuff happening. Mark really upped his lap times by a good 5 to 10 seconds, which was quite a drastic improvement. So I'm catching him here on the front stretch along with another car, and I really had a thought right here of just diving in between both of them and taking him, going right through the middle, but that would have been a very overly aggressive move, especially for just a little recreational race like this. So I get by Mark. I got this lady in front of me who's doing a very, very nice job. But as long as I don't wipe out in that corner, that turn like I do almost every time, I was trying to work my way through it so I could set her up for this big turn, but obviously I didn't do a very good job. Because right through here I'm able to make up a lot of time, except for I kind of messed up and eased off the gas just a little bit. Didn't let me get all the way to her, but she basically let me go right here. Very kind of her. So we didn't have to race side by side into this little bus stop. That could have been a total disaster. So 2 more cars in the books, just rolling now. Trying to catch whoever this is in front of me. I don't know who this is. Although whoever he is, I believe he must have just gotten off track because you can kind of see, dirt and stuff flying out from the back of his car, pelting me in the arms. I was getting stoned to death as I was trying to catch this guy. And he almost spins out right there, and so I have to cut the car. We both almost spin out. That would have been pretty pathetic, honestly. So now I'm just trying to basically maintain his. I'm trying to basically follow him through his lane, try to run a little bit of a better line than he is to get through these turns and set him up for this long straightaway you're about to hit. He obviously gets a good drive up there, but he totally blows this corner right here. You can see it. Yeah, not to brag, but I hit it pretty good. I was able to maintain good speed, so that's going to give me a nice run here down the front stretch and off into the first turn, able to close up that gap considerably. So now all I have to do is, get around him and not blow this turn. That's my only goal, is do not blow this turn. Oh, almost did. I was able to hold on to it. Not too bad. So now I'm looking around, waiting for this guy to make another run at me, and lo and behold, he has spun out in that corner. You can see him in the top right here, seeing a little black dot off in the grass. There he is. So obviously he was probably a little teed off about letting me go by. So he tried to probably overdrive the corner, even more so than I was, and couldn't quite let it stick. So there's a spinner again. But another one in the books. Check, another pass. So now the rest of this run, or at least most of the rest of this run, I think is fairly clean. I'm just trying to run the fastest laps I can, because afterwards they show you your lap times. They have electronic scoring in these carts, which is pretty cool. And I was really, that was what I was competing with. And I know I talked about it earlier. I was really trying to get the best lap possible. I don't know that I did, but I don't know when my fastest lap was. I don't know if it was through here or not. Most of my laps were consistently, like I said, I think around the minute 12, minute 13, minute 14 range, which are pretty good. Middle of the pack, upper middle of the pack, I'd say actually. But I was definitely out in the open here trying to run the best lap I could. This is really a nice facility because, like I said at the beginning, they have this 3/4 mile go-kart track, but they also have a big real road course track that's I think a couple miles long. Just on the other side, off on the other end of the campus or in the facility. It's a really nice place. I've been here a couple times. I think I had a birthday party here a couple years ago. When I say birthday party, I basically mean me, just kind of like this. Me and a few of my friends came down here and drove go-karts. That was pretty crazy. We were a lot younger, a lot worse drivers than a lot of people were spinning out, if I remember, including myself. But this is a really fun place. I live about an hour and a half away from here, so I don't come down here very often, and it's Texas. It's always really hot, but it's really fun whenever I can. I'm not a professional go-kart racer by any means. I don't know if any of you watching probably are. Some of y'all probably drive real race cars somewhere. These things are so much fun to drive. They really are. You can really slide them around. You really get that sense of speed when you're so low to the ground. I know obviously real racing go-karts probably go much faster than these do, but this is certainly a step up from your typical amusement park or family fun center kind of go-karts where you can just run flat out all the way around and still only go 15 miles an hour. So it's a lot of fun. Up ahead you see a couple other dudes. I'm trying to catch up to them. Don't know what they're doing. They're probably just having a jolly old time up there running side by side. I'm finally able to not spin out in that turn right there, so I'm rolling up my pants and I'm going for it, trying to close up as much of the gap as possible. It was a really beautiful day, actually. I'm looking at the sky right now. I don't know why I didn't notice this beforehand, but these clouds really, really cool. I don't know. They just really lighten up the atmosphere. And meanwhile, I just closed up the gap on this girl right here in the 11 car. So I guess she's my teammate if I'm in the 18. Well, just made that pass nice and easy on the front stretch. Nothing too dramatic. No real troubles here. And this turn right here, I really finally learned how to get through that turn fast. That's kind of supposed to be one of the main passing zones. I think it's just a basic hairpin turn. And after a while, a lot of times I was really trying to figure out how to carry the most speed through there. And I think towards the end of this race, as you saw a minute ago, I think finally started to get it to go pretty good. This turn right here, though, just the fun turn. Really, really hard to not fly off into the grass, but really fun. You saw the checkered flag wave, so that was the end of the race. This lap is just basically your cool down lap. But I'm still going full speed because, I paid money for this. I'm going to get every second worth of entertainment I can. Don't spin out, don't spin out. Nailed it, didn't spin out. Finally. I'd finally mastered that corner, the big, giant, bumpy thing. Corner. Right here I tried running a higher lane. There's a lot of rocks and marbles up there. So that big turn, you really got to stay on the bottom, maybe 2 lanes up at most. I was tired after this too, not gonna lie. My hands were sore. You see me keep stretching my hand because I'm just gripping that wheel, not wanting to let go for any reason. My legs were tired. I'm not used to this. Not used to this at all. One more time, see what I mean? I was finally able, I think, to really hit that turn pretty good. You got all that dirt off to the left where the people have clearly gone off track many times. I was lucky not to be one of them. So there you have it. Coming through these final 2 turns. A full race where I did not spin out once. I don't know if I've ever been able to do that at this track, but I was very proud of myself. Passed a lot of cars. Overall, had a good day. Consider it to be a W in my books. I'm one of the last people to pull in, though, so of course the standard buys probably think I was the worst, judging me over there off to the side, but that's okay. Still a really fun race. Really had a good time. We ran another race after this, like I said. There's a lot less people on the racetrack, just more single car run like, and it was a ton of fun. So there you have it. Wow, this camera really makes me look tall. And like I said earlier, I'm 6'7", but this thing makes me look like I'm Shaq or Yao Ming, just towering over these people. I mean, this camera and helmet probably make it look like I'm 7'2". I'm gonna crush that toddler. Ah! So yeah, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be posting some major updates very, very soon, so please keep an eye out for those. But in the meantime, I guess that's it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later.